Begin now with Dolly Parton, who continues to be the blueprint for some women. Her blonde hair, small waist, and breasts for days, weeks, months, and years. She inspired my next guest to go on her own plastic surgery journey. Haley Lane started down that path 5 years ago. She's had multiple procedures, including a Brazilian butt lift, nose job, liposuction, and breast enhancement. Those procedures seem to have come with another cost, though: unwanted and negative attention, even groping in some cases. Haley Lane joins us now in the studio, along with her best friend and fellow plastic surgery lover, Rich Lux. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored.
Thank you.
So, Haley, when you went down this path, what prompted you to say, I want to do something different with the way I look?
Well, I feel like I've always kind of been different. Like, I'm always over the top in everything that I do. And I wish I could figure out a name for it, but anything that I do, it's kind of over the top. So when I saw Dolly Parton when I was 4, that's the youngest I can remember, I just remember thinking she looked so perfect, and I wanted to be like that.
And so what was the first procedure that you had?
So my first procedure was a breast augmentation. I went to 650 cc's.
So that would go from, you went from like, give me in cups. You went from an A cup, a B cup, to a Z cup, what?
So that gets kind of tricky. I mean, people always want a cup size, but you can't
That's
really.
all I know cups.
You know, and most people do, but when it comes to plastic surgery, especially when you get to where I'm at, you don't really, you go by cc's. So I guess the equivalent, 650, so I was already a D. I would say probably like an E at 650. 650 cc's. Yeah.
Wow. And so when you saw and you see now the finish, are you finished?
Oh, definitely not.
She wants to go bigger.
I do.
Oh, really?
I do.
I mean,
She wants bigger.
how are you going to handle all that?
Well, I have a friend. She has the biggest in the U.S. and she has, so I have 2,000 cc's per breast. She has over 10,000 cc's per breast. So if she can handle it, I think I can handle it.
And so, Rich, when you see your friend and she's enjoying it, your thoughts on it?
I love that she loves it. So I'm just a supportive friend. But it does come at a cost, like you said, with the negative attention, and she can't go anywhere alone. So I'm always there, or she'll have a family member or friends with her, because people want to touch, or they'll take video of her just out and about, and they'll post it, make fun of her, post it on Facebook, social media. Wow, look at this insane body. And so it does come with negative attention, and it does hurt her feelings sometimes.
And how does that feel to you, seeing people taking videos of you, and then in some instances making fun of you? And you say, you told my producer it's gotten even worse than that.
Definitely. I mean, sometimes it really doesn't bother me. Like, I feel like everybody, sometimes, you know, things don't bother them, but sometimes it really does hurt your feelings. There have been a lot of negative comments online that you just have to kind of overlook because people can be hateful. But for the most part, I just try to surround myself with good people.
Now, what's the worst it's been? I heard about someone shooting at you.
In the nightlife, when we go out at night.
Tell me about that, Haley.
So, I mean, it's always, I get anxiety going out because you never know how people are going to react. Some people are very accepting, and some people can be very jealous. And in this instance, there was a girl and her boyfriend was kind of flirting, and she got upset, and there were some shots fired.
But that was less about how you looked and more about you having a conversation with.
Oh no, it was about how I looked. 'Cause he knew who I was from social media, and he made it very clear. And she made some comments about I looked ridiculous and ugly and things like that. So it definitely, it was. And I feel like a lot of times it's based off of people's insecurities. They may not want to look like me, but they wish maybe they could do something similar, like fix an insecurity maybe they have.
Do you ever feel like you've gone too far and you said, well, maybe I need to pull the brakes on this?
Do you see me? No, I don't.
So never ever have you had those thoughts whatsoever?
When I had complications, so I've had one breast augmentation, and then after that, they're called revisions. And I had complications in my left breast, which led me to have 12 revisions, so that's 13 boob jobs. In that year's time, I was definitely in a dark place, and it was very hard.
And it has to cost a lot. How much do you think you have spent?
I don't really know.
You know. Rich, how much has she spent?
It's well over 100,000. Easy. Well over that.
My boobs are worth over $100,000.
But they paid.
You insured them yet?
No, I wish I honestly could.
They paid for themselves, I think, by now. I don't know.
But because I've gone past, like, it's considered almost like illegal. I've gone over what the U.S. has recommended for implant size. I don't think I can insure them.
Isaiah, doctors in Houston, and they won't work on her anymore here.
Oh, no, I have one doctor in Houston.
Oh, really?
Dr. Morales. He's amazing. But he doesn't touch the breast. He does, like, the lower part.
All right. And Rich, you're also a fan of plastic surgery. What have you done?
I've had my teeth done. I've seen the veneers. I've had gynecomastia, which is more masculine chest for men. I've had a liposuction, a lower body lift, where they cut you all the way around 360 and sew it together. So that was a lot too.
And how much have you spent, you think?
I'll say over 100,000 easy.
Over $100,000. And so when you guys stop and say and assess the whole situation, you feel totally fine with what the look you have created and how you're living your life now with the augmentation?
For sure.
I think I'm happy with it. I maybe want to get more done, just because it's such a competitive market when you're out there on social media or just trying to maybe find love. It's just kind of to stay youthful and young looking.
And Haley, before you go, see those nails there? Little nail action, huh?
I mean, that's honestly like one of the things. I go every 2 weeks, and these are actually shorter. So for Halloween, these are 4 inches. I had 5 inches for Halloween.
All right. Well, we want to thank you both for joining us and sharing your stories here on The Factor.